Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Hello again and welcome to Talking Real Money, the daily podcast. I'm Don McDonald with the question, what in the heck is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? I'm even going to ask that question before I tell you the number to call with your questions, which is 855-935-TALK. 855-935-8255. You can call with a question 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll answer it on the podcast, the daily podcast. What is wrong with us? Why do we keep asking the question, what is the market going to do? There was a piece in Bloomberg. They talked with Gary Shilling. Gary Shilling is a very famous market prognosticator who correctly predicted some things, and he gets remembered. He gets remembered for the occasional correct predictions. He's like a stopped clock, but people still give him credit for his bad predictions. I mean, he got it right in the 90s. And yeah, he said something bad was going to happen, sometime around 2008, but there was, you could feel that housing bubble. You just didn't know when it would hit. Well, now his newest prediction is, get this, an 18% decline in the stock market. 18. Okay, thanks, Gary. He predicts a lot of other things. He's been talking about a recession every year for as long as I can remember. He says it'll happen now in 2020. If you keep saying something long enough, it's going to eventually come true, Gary. Yet people keep asking you what the market is going to do because we're a bunch of idiots. Don't you realize that nobody knows? Why do newspapers and online sites and, Market Watch and Barron's and Bloomberg and all these keep writing these stories with these predictions? Look at this. I just went back and did just a little bit of research on Gary. Just a little bit. I've read about him for years, but I didn't write all the numbers and bad forecasts he'd made down over the years, but I went back and looked. In 2011, Gary predicted that the stock market, the S&P 500, would decline 43% in 2012. You do remember the market crash of 2012, don't you? Oh, you don't? No, you don't, because the market went up. Pretty much across the board. But not to go down without a fight. In 2012, Gary said, well, I was a little early maybe, but I'm telling you, there's going to be a big recession in 2013. You do remember the recession of 2013, though, don't you? Oh, no. In 2015, he predicted that oil was heading to $10 a barrel, maybe 20. It was 40 something at the time, but it was going to go to 10 or 20. Oil's at about $60 a barrel, got nowhere near $10 or $20 a barrel. There is just this thick cloud of dishonesty that surrounds almost everything to do with Wall Street or finance. The publications are dishonest. The television networks are dishonest. Most of the radio shows, as I talked about last week, are dishonest. As a matter of fact, I asked you guys to send me the names of radio shows to vet, just an aside, and one guy sent in a show, but it was a good one, and he even knew it was a good one. No, I want the bad ones. Tell me about the bad ones. Are you concerned about something somebody's pitching? You're supposed to send me that at talkingrealmoney.com. But they're almost all bad. There are a couple of decent ones, But you don't hear CNBC saying, hey, if you just buy the whole market and stay invested for a long time, you're likely to do better than playing all the games we tell you to play. You never heard them say that. Why? They're dishonest. They are dishonest. Oh, they may say it's what the audience wants to hear. You don't give people what they want to hear. They want to drink themselves into a stupor, eat nothing but chocolate, and, I'm not even going to say all the other things we want to do because we're stupid. Why are we so stupid? Stop being stupid, okay? I pledged to stop being stupid. I pledged that a long time ago. I don't believe this stuff. Whatever Wall Street tells you, whatever CNBC tells you, whatever Bloomberg tells you about investing is probably wrong. And if you want to get it right, go to talkingrealmoney.com or call with a question. Please, please, please. Before you do something, we keep doing dumb stuff to spite our own brains. I don't get it. 855-935-TALK is the number, 855-935-8255. And we're down to our last call unless somebody calls with another question soon. But here's the one.
My question's about converting rentals that are I own under my own name, so, privately, into an LLC. And conversely, what is there any tax implications? I don't want to have double taxation, and I'm looking to be efficient with my taxes, and just wanted to kind of pick your guys' ear about it and see what you have to think. So that was my question, and thanks very much. Thanks for your time. Good show. See you. Bye.
Well, you didn't say why you wanted to form an LLC, but I'm going to guess. The reason most people want to form an LLC is to protect themselves against the possibility, and boy, I don't even call it a possibility. It's like the almost no chance that you're going to be hit with and lose a major lawsuit of some kind to protect your assets from liability. There's probably a cheaper way to do that. It's called insurance, but a lot of people just go spend a fortune forming an LLC, and then you've got to file regularly. And the tax benefits are to an individual. What are they? They're negligible. Mainly it's to protect assets. And if any of your properties have mortgages on them, you probably can't move them into the LLC without the bank's permission. And if it's a long-term mortgage, they're very unlikely to give you that permission. And once you put the properties into an LLC, you're going to tend to borrow, because now it's a corporation. You're going to borrow at a higher rate. They consider the risk to be a little bit higher. For individuals, mortgages are actually easier to come by and at lower rates and for longer terms. So I don't know what the benefit is. I really don't. You can do it. It's not cheap. You're going to need a lot of legal help. You might want to consult with a tax advisor to see if there's any benefit to you. But the benefit of protecting ourselves from liability, unless you're doing something you expect to be sued for, let your insurance take care of that. Get yourself a big honking umbrella policy. Thank you all for being a part of this daily edition of the podcast, and please call your questions in to 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255. We got a lot of good stuff at talkingrealmoney.com for your real investing pleasure, and more coming all the time. If you need some help, we actually do have an advisory firm. All of our advisors are required to We will kick them out the door. They are required to act in your best interest. We're also required by law to do that. And we don't charge for everything we do. Yes, if you become a client, we're going to charge you, but it's a very fair fee. It's in the lower end of the fee spectrum. But if you need a little help, you can go there and sit down with an advisor, video, phone, in person. They'll answer some questions, look over your portfolio, tell you if you're on the right track or the wrong one, and they'll do that for nothing. And they won't pressure you to buy anything. I promise. Call me and yell at me if they do. All right. Take care. This podcast has come to an end. We'll have a long one for you tomorrow if all goes well. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. I'm Don McDonald.
Talking real money. We hope you realize realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for educational and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately, consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Vestry, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures. That should keep the lawyers happy.